I want to start with something I need you to think about. There is a crown that men can give you, and there is a crown that the people give you. The one that men give you, the same men can take it back. The one the people give you, nobody on this earth can remove it. Varydarkblackman already had the second one. So I need to ask out loud, respectfully, with love. Why did he go looking for the first? I want to keep this in segments so that you understand from the point I'm talking. Segment 1, the unowned crown. Nobody gets on. Let me tell you what this young man built. Look at it closely. Without a political party, without a godfather, without a government contract, without a traditional title, without anybody's permission, he built the trust of conservatively tens of millions of Nigerian youths. Young people who have been lied to by almost every institution in this country. By the church, by the mosque, by the school, by the government. And they trusted him. Not because a king named him, not because a governor endorsed him, because he told the truth, consistently, publicly, at intense personal risk. That is the rarest currency in Nigeria today. Trust. He became a massive threat to the status quo, not because his platform is big, but because of what that platform is built on. Pure, unsponsored, unowned trust. You cannot buy that. You cannot fabricate that. And as long as it remains pure, you cannot arrest it. That was his power. That was his protection. And yesterday, he walked up and placed that neck voluntarily inside the traditional structure. Segment 2, the proximity trap. I've done this proximity trap before. I need to explain something that his crew members who were celebrating yesterday do not seem to understand. In the Nigerian traditional system, a chieftaincy title is not an award. It is not a certificate you hang on a wall. It's not a blue check mark on social media. It is a covenant, a hierarchical one. When a traditional throne gives you a title, you become part of that royal structure. You owe deference to that stool. And that stool, by the nature of our politics, has deep, unbreakable ties to governance, senators, and the federal government. The king does not even need to be your enemy for the trap to work. He just needs to make one phone call. And that phone call always comes. My son, there is a matter involving someone close to the palace. Please, let it go. And do it quietly, for my sake. For the sake of the throne. Now, what does VDM do? If he obeys, he has silenced himself for the sake of a red cap and beads. The man who answered to no one now has a master. If he refuses, he has publicly insulted a traditional institution, and they will use it against him. He has no respect. He collected our title and spat on our culture. It is a pain, small, quiet, but once it is in, it holds you in place. He survived the court cases. He survived the detentions. He survived the threats. Then he walked right into the one cage his enemies couldn't force him into. Segment 3, the human vulnerability. Now let's be honest, and I say this with genuine empathy for what he has been through. Nobody forced him to accept it, which means something in him wanted it. And I understand why. It is deeply human. When you have been fighting alone, when you have been dragged through the mud, when the system tries to make you look like a common criminal, a part of you longs for validation. You want the establishment to acknowledge that you are not just a boy shouting on the internet. He already has the love of millions who have nothing to give him but their prayers. But somewhere inside, he wanted the others to nod. He wanted the institution to say, we see you, you belong. That is not malice. It's human nature. But in his position, at this specific moment, that hunger for validation is a dangerous vulnerability. I'm not saying the palace is setting a trap. I am asking, who brokered the meeting? Who suggested the title? Who managed the logistics? In Nigeria, you don't just wake up and get handed a staff of office. Someone built the bridge, and the person who built the bridge is usually the one controlling who walks across it. Segment 4, protecting the crown. Let me close with this. There has never been, in the history of this country, a chieftaincy title greater than the one the streets of Nigeria already gave this man? Think about it. Kings give title to those who protect the order. Governors give titles to those they want to pacify. The youths give him something entirely different. They give him their belief. A traditional title says, I recognize you within my kingdom. The people's trust says, we will follow you into the fire. One of those can be withdrawn with a single decree. The other can only be lost if you throw it away yourself. And right now, between the unnecessary distraction, the personal beef, and now this title, the very core of what made him untouchable is being chipped away, bits by bits. I don't want him to fall. I love him. I want him to think. Nigeria cannot afford to watch another organic movement get swallowed up by the establishment. If you are close to him, share this with him, not as an attack, as a strategy session from someone watching from the sidelines. The crown the people gave you doesn't need beads. It doesn't need feathers. It just needs to be protected. And you don't protect it by joining the structures you were born to challenge. You protect it by remaining exactly what made them terrified of you in the first place. Unowned, unsponsored, unbought. My name is Inye. Share this video with Varydarkblackman. Tag him massively on this video.